Deadpool is looking really good. To the degree, it actually looks more like that one there. I think Kabam went, do you know what? Rich has this kind of fantastic Deadpool right here. Let's model something exactly like that. In-game at the moment, you've probably noticed this version of Deadpool. Well, to be honest, you would have to be out in the 6-star version to actually feel like it's made a difference, because let's face it, not a lot of people using this champion. It's great. It's good in its own right. I'm sure it has some great content for it. I don't have a 5-star version nor a 6-star version. I'm probably thinking a 7-star version is about somewhere. I think you can get 7-star version, but of course that probably was a lot of money in order to get it. Look, we need to look at this version right here and look at the one in game and just kind of go over some changes. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go between this one right here. See, I love clicking buttons and they're kind of like helping to kind of like illustrate a point. And of course, we'll then go between this version here. Hi again. There's a lot of visual changes. We'll kind of play out the champion in a minute in some content, but there's a lot of things to point out. The katanas, first and foremost, are different to the ones that you can see right there in Deadpool's hands from the one that was there before. And also, the extent of the change is very much MCU inspired, definitely by the look. Right off the bat, you've got the belt, which is the black belt coming across the chest. That is something that you don't see with the other version. There is, look, there is, but it's more of a brown kind of tan belt. I don't think it's tan. Maybe it's tan belt that kind of goes a little bit cross motion and down, and that was very synonymous for years with that. It's also got that Deadpool emblem right in the center there, but of course the new version has more of a kind of, well, matching the eyes, kind of surprised, wide eyes, as opposed to the other version, which you've obviously seen, the comic book style. The holsters, again, another important element to this one, is that we've seen 2, where the original design has 1, which you can see right there. It's got only the singular with it. There's a lot of really cool changes they've done. Also, the gloves. Of course, there you've got these kind of like red Deadpool suit kind of going into like a black fingertipped, and also the gold little like crosses on them. That's really clean. It's a really clean model, and it's on either side. But obviously the same thing that either side had the red, but it's more close to the MCU version, which I think is very good from a marketing standpoint. I reckon Kabam will do something for Deadpool versus Wolverine. I can't wait for that film, by the way. I don't know if anybody else, but leave me a comment. Like, are you really excited? My cousin got tickets a little while ago. We're really looking forward to it. What was it, like 2-3 weeks to go? It's going to be incredible. If that film doesn't make $1 billion, I'll be very disappointed. The suit in general, yeah, MCU, as we said. We've got the little, I'd say, diagonal coming parts of these trim. It's coming into like the chest plate and abdominal area, which is a little bit more, well, a little bit less defined than it is on the original, because of course in the original we've got more of a kind of it's like, is it tapered kind of look, like a tailored taper type of kind of like whatever it is, striped kind of element with that. Very different with the other one, which again, brilliant. There's also slight change to the I'd say forearm, like top of bicep type area, where the black comes down and kind of cuts off, is more clean. In this particular version, it's not as clean, but with the new version, this version here, it's a little bit more kind of like cleaner right there with it. But the bicep is kind of like still showing. It's just it's a little bit more cleaner with the cut. Lower bicep, it's kind of lower bicep. It's actually similar with the others. Maybe I got that wrong, but it's like a belting system there. So ignore me with that. But maybe I got that wrong. But there are some other kind of like really cool bits to the character as well. Champion now has like really kind of more tactical defined belting, and I think that's the thing. It's gone from more of like a uniform type thing to kind of being more tactical for movement, and of course you know, it is very much MCU inspired, and I do like what they have done with the cowl, which is very much close to the MCU version, and as we said, the version like that one right there. I should really kind of grab this. which you can see it's kind of like more. Is it more like modern day kind of like look with it? Even like Kabam have done such a great job with the material, so you can literally look in game and go, hang on a minute, it's like it actually looks like it's material. I'm not saying the previous one didn't. It's just this one seems to have more of kind of a look of material, and even right at the back there, I don't know if you can see that, the little bit of the cowl right there. I love it when there's just a little bit of detail right there on the cowl. Same thing as you would kind of note with that, like the flappy bit of the cowl. That's nice, isn't it? Sadly, no abilities changes, which is something that I was really hoping for. But there you go. Sometimes you can't have everything in MCOC, and Kabam just didn't want to do that, I guess. Let's just see about animations. Now let's take the champion out for a spin and just see if there's any kind of animation changes. I noticed when I was playing around that the run looks a little bit different. It looks more like humanoid. We're not saying it previously did, but it just looked like it did. Dexterity, the movements back of that seems fine. SP1 seems very much the same. If there was any changes, it must be very subtle. Let's go for a block. Yeah, I mean, all the animations look the same. I'm going to go for a heavy attack now, or try for a heavy attack in a moment and see if that's different, but I don't think it is. Parry heavy seemed the same. Maybe the movement again was more humanoid. Not saying that there was a difference before. It just feels that maybe the movement is a little bit different. SP2 time seemed the same. Maybe there hasn't been, but as I said, if there were any changes, it would be subtle. I'm almost feeling like I've got a bit of placebo effect because the uniform or the outfit is new, that maybe I'm thinking that things have changed from an animation standpoint. They, again, I might be tricked by that. Let's see if there's a new SP3. So far, nothing. It's exactly the same. So I think that's just it. It's just a uniform change that has been there. So Deadpool looks good. Love the new changes. I think that's great, especially to tie into a more MCU pleasing look. That's been the video. Let's see what else we're talking about in some other content soon. Check out some other stuff. I'll see you soon. Have a lovely day, and goodbye for now.